Hey guys, it's Annie as always. I'm gonna actually videotape myself doing some sculpting with my soap clay today. I made a pound batch yesterday, which is this recipe is really just pure olive oil. Actually, do an excess of water by 10%, and I add just a little bit of titanium dioxide, and in this case, it was jojoba oil. And it actually it's a weird separated looking mixture when the soap emulsifies. I mean, it came to trace and everything, but it just looked almost a little bit curdly, and obviously that's because of the extra water. But you want this to be very soft and wet, because then what I do, so this was 16 ounces, then I added in, usually I do like arrowroot or tapioca starch, but I was running low on that, and it is kind of expensive, so I did kaolin clay. You just want to add something to make it more flexible. I added 8 ounces of kaolin clay to the 16 ounces of total soap, kneaded it in, and then you get this really soft, flexible dough. That's really not too wet. Tiny little bits are going to stuck to my fingers, but we are going to incorporate more mica and more clay in the future, if need be, if I'm rolling something out. For this soap that I have coming up, I'm going to be sculpting some little strawberries. And I'm going to actually attach this to that whole soap video when I get to it. So I have 2 little bits of soap clay here, about what I think I'm going to need. And here's just some samples of mica that I got. And I need the color into it. So I'm just going to kind of pour some of this out from its little sample bag. This is pink. This is for the strawberries themselves. And then I gently knead it in, because it's the dry mica powder. It's going to want to go everywhere. So I very gently knead it in. If I find that I'm getting too wet and too sticky, I will add more kaolin to the mix. I think once I get this color incorporated, we're going to be looking at a good texture. You could probably dilute your mica in some oil or glycerin or water or something like that and knead it in. If you do something liquidy, you may need to add some more clay or some cornstarch even, arrowroot powder. Any of those things are going to give you a nice silky dough-like texture. Already blending in. It's kind of a cool swirly pattern. I'm sitting off to the side like this so you can hopefully get some better light. Obviously I'm downstairs. I've said that before, so I apologize if the lighting's not the best. And I don't know exactly what I would even need as far as lighting to make my videos, lighting specifically for that. I'm not sure I'm at the point where I need to be investing into stuff like that. So for now, I'm just going to scoot off to the side and hope that you guys can see enough what I got going on here. So we're almost all the way incorporated. It's still very light pink, so I'm going to do a little bit more. Wipe my fingers off in the process here, because they're just a little bit tacky. It's a lot like, picture like pie dough or something like that. My grandmother taught me how to make pie dough. We always had a little pile of flour off to the side if we needed to dry off our rolling pin or our hands or anything like that to keep from sticking. This is a texture that reminds me a lot like a pie dough or a pastry dough kind of a thing. The difference, though, is that because this is soap, it's not a dough made with flour. The protein structure, in flour with those gluten threads, that's going to give actual bread something kind of a bouncy texture, and it's going to stretch a little bit. This is soap. It obviously doesn't have any gluten in it, so it's not gonna do that. It's a lot more like regular modeling clay in that aspect, but even stickier. I've got a couple soaps that are going to have some sculpted decorations on top, so I had to make a big batch of soap clay. The reason I make it with that extra water too, if I just put it in a jar, a nice tightly sealed jar, after I make it, it's going to stay dough texture for quite a while. Oh, we can see baby chilling in the back here. Cats come down to play with her. How cute, right? But yeah, as long as I seal up my soap clay dough in a nice sealed jar, it's going to stay flexible and moldable for many weeks. So that's why I made a big batch. It'll stay good for a while. Obviously, you want to let it cure. So it's going to air dry after I make it into shapes, and after it's on the soap itself has to cure, obviously. So it's actually going to end up with double or triple cure time overall. This is a pretty smooth, even color on my pink dough here. Pretty happy about that. I'm thinking for like 2 or maybe 3 little wild strawberries on the top of each soap. The soap is going to have a strawberry fragrance and a fragrance called Serendipity, which is a really sweet, delicious, custardy kind of a scent. It's described as, I think it's sweet cherries and citrus and like a custard with coconut and vanilla and sugar crystals. It's just like, oh man, it smells so good. That mixed with strawberry, I think it makes something really nice for spring and summer. Okay. So there's the pink. This one's going to be my green. A lot less because the leaves are going to be smaller than the berries themselves. This is another sample from the same place, actually, that the other sample was from. I think that should be sufficient for this tiny amount we're doing here. Whoops, I put quite a bit in there. That'll take some kneading. Get all the pink off my fingertips. There, pick out towel. Okay, setting that aside, and I'm going to start shaping my berries now. My tall skinny mold, which this will be going into, makes about 8 bars, so I want at least 16 little strawberries. The glory of the soap clay is you can knead the color into it, but you can also paint, mica and oil or mica and however you dilute your mica. You can paint the outsides too, so if it's not as bright as you want, you're kneading it in or anything like that, you can do color on the top, which also is nice. You can get with some dry brush. You can just, dust dry mica on top of it. There's so many different ways that you can color this. I'm not sure if these are going to get a dusting of pink on the outside or not. I'm happy with the color so far, but a little bit more color on top, sure, that wouldn't look bad. I want them to be about this size, so that's what I'm going with here. I'm just going to shape them into kind of like a strawberry shape. If you mess it up or you don't like it, just start over. No harm in that. I'm going to leave it at that for right now, because I'm going to, with my skewer, poke little dots in them to look like the seeds. Now we're going to put a green leaf on top, but I'm going to let that set up a little bit in that shape right now. It's a good enough strawberry shape for the time being. Oh, baby's snuggling down there. I wonder. She's going to go to sleep. I took an early nap today, but it was only half an hour, and she usually naps for an hour or two. So Okay guys, I made up all of my little strawberries. The last one there, you can see I was running out of the green soap clay. I thought I had vastly underestimated how much I needed, but it ended up working out well. I should have made these guys a little bit thinner on the green tops, but oh well, you live and you learn. So that's them. There's some little soapy clay strawberries. Hello everybody. I have here some fresh local raw cow's milk that I have my lye dissolved into. I'm going to make a strawberry and cream soap today. I've got two fragrances. One's a fresh picked strawberry and the other one's called Serendipity. And it's the most delicious, sweet, creamy, sort of custardy smell. It's got notes of coconut and orange and cherries and lots of vanilla and sugar. It's delicious. So I'm going to mix those together for a strawberry soap. I'm also going to be trying a hanger swirl for the first time. I already went ahead and dissolved this. I had it frozen. And I just slowly added my lye and stirred and stirred and stirred. It's ready to become soap now. I bought some jojoba oil and mango butter for a super fat too. So let me go ahead and get this blended, and then we're going to section it off into 4 colors in the 2 separate fragrances. We'll talk more about that in just a second. They are nicely emulsified here. I'm going to go ahead and split this in 2. The half of it's going to be getting the custardy fragrance, and the other half is going to be getting the strawberry fragrance. And then from there, I'm going to be dividing it into 4 colors total. I'm cleaning my spatula off because it had some of the milky lye goop. There's still a little bit in here, but I'm going to be blending that all in here. We're pretty full. We've got a lot. Got a lot of soap out of it. This is going in my tall, skinny mold. Okay. So with this half, this is the strawberry. No. Yes, it is the strawberry fragrance. I had to make sure I had the colors next to it, and I had to make sure I had it right. So yeah, strawberry fragrance in there. That's going to be green and white because that should not discolor at all. I'll blend this in here. The bulk of this I want to be green, and then a little bit of this is going to be white. A little bit of TV going on in there for the white. And here's the green. Trash. Blending. A lot of bubbles in that, so I'm going to let this sit off to the side for a second. Alrighty, smells really good. This strawberry fragrance, I was hoping for something that smelled really like a fresh picked strawberry, and it's not quite spot on out of the bottle. I'm hoping it smells a little bit more like a fresh strawberry once it's in the soap and with that creamy fragrance I've got going, but we'll see. I know it's not going to smell bad. That is for sure. Okay, here's my Serendipity fragrance. That's going to be a very pale yellow and then bright pink. Using my soft yellow mica, not my really bright one, because I want it to be a little bit more pastel. Let me blend this in here. Same thing, a little bit aside here for yellow, and then the bulk of it's going to be pink. one here. Ooh, butterfingers. All that pink. Need some soap clay strawberries that are going on top of this too. You would already know that because I taped that and I showed that at the beginning. That was a couple weeks ago. Alright, I'm going to blend these in as well. Alrighty. They are well incorporated. Let's see, get some of these out of the way here. Alrighty. Messy. I did the majority of this with the extra virgin olive oil so I can get some soft swirls in the soap, but then I did do some pumice because I want it to be thick enough towards the end at the top where I can do little dollops to put my clay strawberries. It was a couple weeks ago when I made these, but they look pretty cute. The rest of my soap clay got dried out and I couldn't use it because I switched with that kaolin clay, so I'm going to have to keep playing with that. I actually think I might gel it and do it like that next time. So I'm playing with that. But anyways, let's get back to this soap here. I have a cheat sheet over here. I'm going to do a tiny layer of this green at the bottom. I'm going to put in a cardboard divider, and on one side of that I'm going to kind of wall pour the green, the yellow, and the white. And on the other side of that I'm going to be pink. I'm going to do a little bit of layer of green on top again, and then a dollop of probably the pink on, and then some drizzle on top. I'm not sure yet. It really depends on how much of the soap I have left. I want to get a nice bottom green layer. This isn't going to be a perfectly flat layer. I'm not going for anything like that because even this is getting shoved in there. And this is just so I can do the wall pour of my other colors. Whoops. Trying to get it in there. The good best angle. Okay. That's good enough here. Get my pink out of the way for now. I'm going to build up these layers first. My white and my yellow look very similar. They're barely different. This one's yellow though. It's just a little bit more yellow. So I'm going to do yellow, green, white, green, back and forth like that. My strawberry fragrance looks a little ricey, like very fine rice, but it got a little bit ricey, so that's interesting. Noticing over here too, this is pushing, so I'm going to want to add some pink on this side. Just drizzling it in, trying to bring it up to the level of the other one. Not going for anything distinct here. I'm kind of just going to see what happens. Almost out of white. I'm going to do one more pass through the green and then the white. Because I want to. I might end up with a lot more, because I got a lot of pink now. I might end up doing a pink layer on the top instead of the green. That's what I think I'm going to do. I'm just trying to think out loud here. Green. I remember if I did white or yellow, I think it was white. So yeah, let's get the last of this yellow out. Or the white, I mean. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Yeah, this is the white because it's slightly ricey. Thickening up at the level that I needed to for the top design though, so that's fine. Last of the white, another run of green. Yeah, I'm going to save that yellow for the dollops on top. More pink over here. Got a lot of pink still. There was some pink over here too. Kind of just making it up as I go. We'll see what happens with this, you know. Take my divider out. I think I'm ready to be done with that. Okay. going to do the last of the green, a layer of pink, and then the yellow type dollops, I think. Can't forget my hanger swirl either. Just kind of swapping the green out. Alright, green. I'm gonna swirl this, then do the pink on top, and then the dollops. Yes, that sounds good. I've been saving this hanger for months and months to do this, and I just haven't gotten around to a hanger swirl yet. So many other things, and the soap challenge became a part of my life, and I really just was getting distracted with a bunch of other things, which is nothing wrong with that, but I really do want to try this. I'm not necessarily going for a butterfly, I just want it to look cool. Simple as that. I just want to get some funkiness going on. I'm going to actually turn it like this. It's going to be easier for me from where I'm standing at to swirl it. Forgive that light that I have that's flickering. Still working on getting a new power strip. Okay, so I'm just going to do some loop-de-loops. Alright, reach the bottom. And then I'm just going to come up the side like that. I have no idea what I just did in there. No clue what that was going to look like. But I'm feeling good about it. Feeling good about it. I think I might do the tiniest little bit of a pencil line right here. And then I'm going to do my pink. So let me grab my gold. It's a good consistency for a pencil line, so I think that's going to look really nice. Almost out of 24 karat gold mica over here. So sad that Coastal Scents doesn't do micas anymore. That was my go-to for a lot of stuff, but what are you going to do? Of course, I'm getting it everywhere, but that's how it goes. Alright, I don't want it to be too heavy, or the layers aren't going to stick, so that's good enough. Wiping off my spatula here. Okay, I want to gently scoop this pink onto the top. The strawberry fragrance did cause the green and white portion to get thicker faster, and that slight bit of ricing, because that was getting quite thick, and this is still, in the actual view, this is still quite liquidy. So my thought process right now, actually, I'm going to let this thicken up the tiniest bit so I can spoon it on top without it cutting through too badly. I really want the gold line to stand out, so I'm going to go ahead and shut my camera off for just a little bit. Be back in a couple minutes to get that top going. Alright, we're back. Funny enough, as soon as my camera kicked on, this light over here kicked on too. There's something up with this power strip. I've said that a bunch of times, but it's weird. Anyways, 5 minutes or so, I had time to wash up my dishes, the dirty ones I'm not using still, and switch my laundry. So it's still not real thick, but I think it's good enough where I can do just a delicate pour on top, and I think the yellow is going to be scoopable. I don't mind if it's not perfectly flat. I just don't want the pencil line to disappear. That bums me out a lot. So I think we're going to be solid, though. I don't think we have any problems. It's pouring real nice. Okay. we're getting full. The goal is to fill this mold, but I may end up decreasing this recipe by the tiniest little bit next time, because I don't want to overflow. Let me rotate this table at an angle. Okay. Yeah, I still have some soap left. I'm going to pour this into a separate mold. This is almost scoopable level. And this is going to need even more time for scooping. I thought it thickened up a little bit more because it's not so much, but not quite. So, okay, I'm going to come back again. Okay, I am back again. I drizzled a tiny bit of pink in there with my last bit of yellow, and it's kind of thick, but I'm growing impatient. And I just thought, you know what, it's thick enough where I can just kind of drizzle it on the top and then do a little bit of, mica painting too. I want to hit it with some yellow, green, and pink, little bits of mica. Probably just do one of those, the figure 8 kind of swirlies, which I think are really pretty, and then just lay my strawberries on top like that, because that's good enough. I don't even know if I have enough to get good dollops on top, but see what we've got here. That's actually really pretty. Cool, I like that. So, I'm gonna do my little drip drops. Shake this up a little bit better. I'm excited about this soap. I think the raw milk is going to add a really nice texture. I've been going to this farm, somewhat local to me. It's about a 25-minute drive, but they are certified by whoever it is, USDA, whatever, to do raw milk. They're the only one in my county. And it's so delicious, and I just like being able to support farmers, and not only that, but be a part of something that, I don't know, I feel like the animals are going to be much better treated in a family farm than in some huge dairy mill kind of a thing. So I've been really enjoying going out there to get milk from them, and when I'm about to go get more, if there's any left, I just figure I'm going to freeze that and turn it into soap. And I had exactly enough. I swear to you, it was to the 0.0 ounce. It was exactly what I needed for this recipe. I thought, well, that's fate. I'm making this soap today. All right. I'm going to get my little strawberries out of the way. I have them all lined up, but I want to be able to, again, for the ease of my own self, just have it pointing the right way when I swirl this. I'm not going too deep because I want my mica line to stay, but ooh, that looks pretty. Edge a little bit. You're very, very full. I don't often do soaps that look like this. I'm really happy about this right now. I like trying new things and making pretty soap, and might be to my own horn, but that is a pretty soap. That's a pretty soap. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put my little berries in. The berries are looking a little dry, too. Doing that kale and clay really kind of... Oh, no, I didn't mean to put him there. Oh, man, let me dig him out. So my berries look a little bit drier than I was hoping, so I think I'm going to steam this just for that. Let me get out of here. Oh my gosh, I think I need to leave that one. Oh, that was not meant to happen. I want to get him out. These gloves on, I'm just butterfingers. I'm going to just move it over these to be within his bar, and that will be an ugly bar that we don't take a picture of. Now, Annie, quit dropping the berries. I'm going to put them in like that. there we go. We are all done. That one is a little sunken. That stinks a lot, but overall pretty nice. I wanted to push them in enough so they're not going to flop out or get knocked out. A lot of, when I did my bee soap and my rose soap, a lot of those got damaged when I packed them up for my craft show. So if I'm going to do fancy tops, they got to be still kind of flat on top. But I think this is beautiful. I haven't done a soap like this, so really excited about it. And I'll hold it up for you guys to get a nice close-up. The light adjust a little bit. Oops. And there we go. Can't see the swirls as much with the berries on top, but it's really just supposed to be like a nuanced, just colorfulness. So yeah, there we go. I'm not sure if I'm going to cut into this tomorrow, but I'm going to try to wait a couple days till my cutter gets here. Something tells me I'm not going to be able to wait too long, because I don't want it to be too hard, for one, and for two, I'm impatient, and I want to see what's inside there. So probably give this a couple days, though, because it's going to be soft. Oop, baby monitor just beeped. I'm glad I got this done before Tesla woke up, though, so I'm going to go make sure everything's cleaned up, and I'll see you guys in a little bit so I can cut this open. Hey guys, it is Annie and Tess, and we are chopping into my delicious strawberry soap made with raw milk that I did yesterday. It's been a little over 24 hours. And because this is mostly extra virgin olive oil, the rest is the pumice olive oil, I wasn't sure it'd be ready to slice into, because I just have this until my cutter gets here. But it cut pretty nicely, and I really want to see what's inside. So that's what we have so far on the end. So yeah, we'll go from here. The cutter, my little just handmade little wire dealie, it worked okay, so good enough. My cutter shipped, my new buds cutter shipped today, but that's still not going to be here until next week sometime, because today is Friday, so it'd be way too hard to cut into by next week. Believe it or not. Last little bit at the bottom, just wiggling. The soap is still very soft, and I pushed the silicone out of the box last night, and I could have maybe waited to do that until today, because I squished the corners a little bit. I'm having trouble with my wire. But other than that, it's looking pretty solid. See, this is what I was afraid of with this wire cutter. It gets down to the bottom and it doesn't want to go through. The end sliced okay, but I guess that's because that's the end. I'm going to trim up the bottoms anyways, so I'm going to skip this one out here. Ugh. This is painful. Pretty though. It's that side, that's the side you saw, and that's the other side in there. Okay. Let me get my darn wire to work so I can finish this. I really want to see what's in there. Very pretty. The colors turned out exactly what I was going for. You can tell the yellow is just slightly different from the creamy white part. And the green and pink look great. Okay. And there's the cut. I'll put them side by side when I'm all done here. Getting ahead of myself. Never done the hanger swirl, so I'm really pretty pumped about it. I went with a little more speed with that one, hoping I could get to the bottom. Ooh, I did. Didn't have any trouble with the bottom of this guy. Interesting. These are tall bars too. I really filled my mold up. Trying to put them back in the order I cut them so I can do the side by side later. Okay. We'll see if we get any butterfly shapes. So far it's just some swirls, but I'm digging it. My batter was very thin. And the portion with the strawberries just got a little bit ricey. So it's giving it an interesting texture. I'm sure There's all different levels of trace that you can get, different swirls when you're using the hanger. Yeah, I had a busy day today. Made about 60 pounds of Dead Sea mud mass for my private label. Very nice. My pencil line, by the way, I didn't even mention that. That looks really pretty good. Nice and flat. Very cool. Move these over a little bit. Okay, but yeah, while I was working, Tess was hanging out with her grandpappy. They have a grand old time. They just hang out and play upstairs. I can hear them having a blast as I'm away down here working and stuff. It's a pretty ideal setup. I'm pretty grateful about it. It's nice to have such flexibility. Couldn't wait to cut into the soap. I thought about it all day. I was actually over here staring at it like, do I cut you or do I wait? Well, curiosity took over. And then there's that side. Pretty cool. I'm trying to see how this light's picking up. Let me know what you guys think of the lighting. Because I honestly can't tell. I haven't edited really any of these videos yet. Well, I edited one. I thought it looked better, but let me know what you think. That's what matters. Tesla's back here moving her little thing around. Hey, kiddo. Give me 1 second. She can totally migrate. See her. My goodness, you guys. She can push her little thing just right across the floor over to my shelf of oils. Oh my goodness. What are you doing? Are you chasing the cat? Oh dear. That's some mischievous little folks over here. Oh my goodness. Let me get through this dang bar of soap, Tess. There we go. I'm liking this so far. Well, this is what I have going on over here. Look at her migrating. Tesla! What are you doing? I'm gonna have to get a handle on that real quick. Alright, we are back for the time being. She's got a limited attention span, so I gotta get these last 3 bars out. They're all looking basically the same inside, though. I'm pleased with it. Oh, we're migrating again. What are you doing, silly? Is the cat teasing you? Come here, Atticus. This is the bar with the sunken strawberry on top. That's the inside of it. Pretty cool. Tesla. 2 more bars must finish. That one's pretty. Like those wispies right there. That's nice. Okay, 1 more. And then there'll be a nice little end piece. I may have to save an end piece of this for myself because, oh man. The milk soaps I've made for Tesla have been really nice for her in the tub. And I don't know, I've been kind of wanting something similar for myself. Oh, we got some chunkies at the bottom there. Whoops. That one's gonna get planed. There's that side that you saw, basically. Ooh, that one's pretty. That one's real pretty. No, wasn't fully cut through on this end here. Whoopsie daisy, that's the end piece. Kind of looks like swans. What do you think? I'm pretty pleased with it. Oh, it's trying to adjust the color. It's so bright. Bottoms of these are janky, but I'll fix that later. These need another week or so to cure before they're trimmable. And then I'll get photos and I'll get this video going. So thank you for watching my very first hanger swirl soap video, and also the first of what will be many raw milk soap videos too. I hope you liked it. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Thanks guys, bye!